Now let us all prepare for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, followed by the Caloocan hymn.
Sok sa gisong! Go! Sok sa lamos! Go! Pasulong! Good! Go! Good!
Shoutout po sa ating loving parents, guardians, and loved ones na nandito. We know that there are also a lot of loved ones na hindi nandito or who are not physically here, who are sharing the same kind of excitement with us from miles away. So we also want to acknowledge that partner.
Yeah, tama ka dyan. We also like to acknowledge those people who valuable to, who aren't physically with us today. We hope that they can feel for an hour. But I figured that I do not want you dozing off at such a special occasion, so I negotiated for at least 30 minutes. So did you know that I got 30 minutes? One of the most iconic lines in cinema comes from The Princess Diaries, starring Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway. The story of an awkward high school student who is suddenly thrust into royalty upon finding out that her grandmother is none other than the Queen of Genovia. In one of the scenes of the first movie, Julie Andrews' character, the ever-iconic Queen, makes her presence known a little too late. Her bodyguard Joe greets her and gently calls her out on being late, to which the Queen replies, as a matter of factly, "A queen is never late. Everyone else is simply early." There's really not much to speculate on what she said, but I find that this best captures what I'd like to share with you all this morning. I know it's a drag to listen to somebody speak for 30 minutes, but this really was the best negotiation that I could make. And as much as I love yapping everyone's ears off, I know there's a designated limit to this. When I asked the organizers what they want me to talk about today. They wanted me to share my internship experience in my undergraduate years, as well as what life was like when I graduated and began to seek opportunities to participate in the workforce. So let me take you back to 9 years ago. I can feel my back cracking here. 2017, when I was a third-year psychology major, starry-eyed and determined to change the world. I already know that some of you might be calculating how old I am now, so let me add more clues. I did not go through grade 7, and I was part of one of the last few batches that did not endure 2 more years of senior high school. Anyway, allow me to set the scene. Di pa ako pinagtahin. It's 2017. I am in my 3rd year of university. My dreams of becoming a medical doctor are alive and well. My late grandfather, who was a pediatrician and a hematologist, greatly inspired me to consider a career in healthcare. As much of my childhood was spent watching him at home attend to patients who, most of them were families who could not afford to get treated in a private hospital. Seeing this kind of compassion and purpose made me realize that this was how I wanted to change the world. I chose psychology as my pre-med for actually more shallow reasons. My older cousin, who was also a psychology major at that time, administered a house tree person test to me when I was in high school. I was so impressed by how she was able to decipher my personality with such accuracy based on the very few drawings that I made. It did not take much for me to be convinced to study human behavior in college. Now in my 3rd year, I had most of my subjects to deal with, as well as 3 internships in the major industries of psychology in the Philippines: the industrial setting, the clinical setting, and the educational setting. There is a big spoiler to this story now, especially if you know me from social media. For those of you who do not know, I always begin my TikTok videos with a very snappy introduction. Hi, I'm Danny. I'm a licensed psychometrician based in Manila, and I work in education. But how did this happen? It was actually a series of events, but it was between my 3rd year of college and the year after graduation that I got the chance to clarify my purpose and desires in what career I wanted to pursue. I owe a lot